which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Aidan Greeny lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. Diane is going to give her gift, and then the band will begin playing. Our service will begin at 10:30.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is. Grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, that God is all there is. God is all there is.
Good morning and welcome everybody. We'd like you to join us on our first song this morning. I'm so grateful for all that turkey and pie and everything else I had a few days ago, and I'm grateful that diets were invented. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm so grateful. 2, 3, 4, and
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
all right, give yourselves a hand. I'd like to introduce our musicians this morning. We have on the big upright bass today, Bill Dixon. On drums, David Page. On guitar, Ed Cusby. Our song leaders are the fabulous Karen Allen and Rick Dale. Our solo today is the wonderful Michael Garamoni, and I'm Diane King Van here on our keys. I'd like you to join us on our next song, which is Thank You for This Day. And yes, if you'll please, I'll stand up for this one. Stretch those legs out, and here we go. Here we go.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent world. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth.
And now, please take a chance to meet and greet each other. Shake hands, give a hug, say howdy. And if you'll come back to your places. We're going to sing one more verse and chorus. And here we go. Keep change.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing 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 day.
Good morning, all you beautiful spiritual beings. My name is Judy Chapman, and I am one of the assistant ministers here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Capistrano Valley in San Clemente. And it is my joy and my delight and my honor to welcome each and every one of you here this morning to our center. This is a place where you can transform your life. We are here to expand and grow on our spiritual path, and we have all the tools for you to make your life exceptional and better and wonderful, because it's all God and it's all the truth. So one of our most powerful spiritual practices is affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment. So I invite you to join with me right now in a prayer. So we go within to that place of perfect peace and understanding, knowing and recognizing that there is only one life. It is the life of God. It is absolute. It is first cause. It is the creative energy of the universe. It is divine love. It is awesome magnificence. It is beauty and joy and understanding. Knowing that there is only one, we recognize this today in this moment. And we know that all the qualities of God, all those qualities that we can't even name them all, live and move, and they have their expression through each one of us. For we truly are the divine expression of the beloved. We are the kindness. We are the compassion. We are the love. And we are the joy. For we are an excellent idea in the mind of God, expressing so beautifully through every thought, action, and word. And so right here, right now, I affirm and I decree that all is well, and that each one of us is here this morning on purpose, alive, awake, and aware of the awakening that is happening within us in this moment. We are here listening with our spiritual ears to the inspirational message from Dr. Heather this morning. We are here listening with our open hearts to the beautiful music. We are here listening with our mind to the companionship, the fellowship, and the love that we share with everyone in this room. And it expands out and it grows. And so knowing that I speak the truth and this truth sets us free, I now place these words into divine mind where they have already been created. And this service is absolutely exceptional. And we are so grateful that we are here. So we filled our heart with gratitude as we release and let go. And we anchor this prayer in confidence and in love. And if you know that this is the truth, please join with me in saying, and so it is. Thank you. Now I'd like to invite our newly ordained Reverend Bruce Fredenberg to the platform to help me with the announcements. Okay, so right after the service, we have Conscious Connection, where we discuss the things that we learned in the service, and it's small, intimate groups, and I invite you to join us right after the service for that. This Wednesday, on the first Wednesday of every month, we have a wonderful potluck that you're bringing. So come, please. I made soup last time, and that was it. So please come on Wednesday, this Wednesday, at 5:45, and bring your favorite dish, and we'll all just break bread together. And then Reverend Michael will be giving our service, and it's called "'Tis the Season" for Wednesday at 7. And there is childcare.
2 weeks from now on Sunday, there is our holiday boutique. And so if you, next week, sorry, it said a couple of weeks. Next Sunday, so don't plan on 2 Sundays from now, plan on next Sunday, but you have to see Reverend Karen, if you hold your hand up, so that she will take your name and you can bring those things that you've been working on to sell. Also, our church family, 2 weeks from this Sunday, is having our annual Christmas breakfast. It's at Adele's in San Clemente, and you need to see the details at the sign up on the kiosk so that they can plan for the food and you can buy your ticket. Santa will be there for those of you who have any younger people who are looking forward to seeing Santa. And a very big event coming up next Saturday, December 6th, is Judith Orloff, who I think I would best describe as a mystic psychiatrist. She's an assistant professor of psychiatry at UCLA. She has had a lot of very, very interesting mystical experiences in her life, and she talks about them. She writes about them. She's really changing the face of people who are working with mind-body issues. And if you go out there today and see Reverend Michael, if you'll stand up, Reverend Michael will give you the early bird price today if you go see him. And I'm going to do that because I thought I was going to be out of town next Saturday, and I'm going to take advantage of the discount and buy my ticket today. So,
wonderful. Christmas Eve service is Wednesday the 24th at 5 o'clock. Please be here. And the Dow discussion group is meeting for the last time tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And Shifting Sands will be meeting Thursday, December 4th at 10:30 here at the sanctuary.
There is an ongoing men's group, and it meets Tuesdays. It'll be meeting this Tuesday, December 2nd. See Dave Friedman for more information. There's a women's group, for in case there's a couple of women in this group here in the church. And they meet on Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. And please see, I think it is Laura Macy. Do I have that correct? Yes, she's right there. And our executive suites at Talega. If you know someone who would like to have a wonderful office in an uplifting place where their business will grow just because it's here, have them contact Claudia Nelson or Ruth Trimble.
And these beautiful flowers are from our Rita McPhail to celebrate her son Dion's 50th birthday. Thank you, Rita. Thank you. And now Reverend Bruce will do our affirmation.
Okay, I think those of you who've been here before know how this works. I am going to read the affirmation, and then it will be on the screen for you to read along with me. This holiday season, I choose my own traditions. I fill my soul with whom I spend my time, how I celebrate, and how expansive I feel. Together? This holiday season, I choose my own traditions. I fill my soul with whom I spend my time, how I celebrate, and how expansive I feel. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Bruce. And now, please welcome Michael Garamoni.
Let me see the world with clouds. Take me to the world. Out where I can push through crowds, take me to the world. A world that smiles with streets instead of aisles, where I can walk for miles with you. Take me to the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel. Move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world so I can be alive. Let me see the world that smiles. Take me to the world. Somewhere I can walk for miles. Take me to the world. With all around things growing in the ground, where birds that make a sound are birds. Let me see the world that's real. Show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel. Move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Let it be a world with you, any other world with you. Take me to a world where I can be alive. Do you want the world? Well then, we shall have the world. Ask me for the world again. You shall have the world. A world of skies that's bursting with surprise, to open up your eyes for joy. We shall see the world come true. We shall have the world. I won't be afraid with you. We shall have the world. You'll hold my hand and know you're not alone. You shall have the world to keep. Such a lovely world you'll weep. We shall have the world forever for our own.
Thank you, Michael. And now please welcome Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Thank you, Michael. That was fabulous, as always. It's always so good to hear you. Hi. This is the last day of November. And I don't know for you, but for me, it seemed to just rush right past. And today is the last of our series in Living in Gratitude. And today's title is Time to Connect. And I think it's a perfect title for today because time to connect. Did you, when the opportunity was there, when you were surrounded by your family and friends on Thursday, did you connect? Did you enjoy each other? Did you talk to each other? Or did you rush out at 6 o'clock when the stores opened? At least you didn't have to line up and camp overnight for midnight because they were already open. So how many of you help the economy by shopping on Black Friday? Hands up. Okay. Well, I think our center needs to do more work in helping the economy because I only saw one hand. Either that or you're so organized you already have done all of your holiday shopping and good for you. Of course, that's what it is, right? It's the whole idea of do are we rushing through this season? Do we begin it on Thanksgiving Day? The whole purpose of Thanksgiving, as far as I can see, is to connect with one another, to share a meal. And of course, we make the meal elaborate, but the purpose of it is to connect with each other, to say, these are my loved ones, and I choose to be with them on this day. I really hope you did that. I chose to be by myself and do some spiritual work on Heather, which I did do, which was good. It was a choice. I had invitations, so don't feel pity for me. You can feel pity if you want, but you don't need to because I had invitations. I wanted time to go inside, to connect and feel that gratitude that the day was all about, which I did do. And the greatest thing, the time to connect for me, starts with, do you remember who you are? Are you connecting with Source? Are you connecting with that presence of God within you? Because that, until you've done that, until you've opened your heart in love to that, to who you really are, your connections with others will be a little less than they could be. They'll be a little less because you haven't opened your heart, you haven't awakened to your own magnificence. And that's what it's all about. Awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence starts with us recognizing there's something in me that I can count on. There's something in me that loves me. There's something in me that's eternal. And it is that thing that I call God, and you can give it any name you wish, but it is there. So when you connect, is that the first thing you gave thanks for? Is that the first thing that you thought of when we're thinking about connection? And even if you're shopping, are you in that same consciousness of oneness, of one life? The spiritual practice of connection is bigger than just connecting person to person. The spiritual practice of connection is recognizing that because everything is spiritual, first, all life is connected. Everything is connected. And you could think of it, and several people have seen this vision, that we are a web of light. The invisible part of us that is light is a web and is connected to every other being. Whether they think the same, believe the same, or not, we're connected. And that, when we remember that, everything changes. Everything changes. I made my usual Sunday morning stop, actually most mornings stop at Starbucks, and a woman was there, and there was a lot of people ahead of us, and one man had 8 drinks, and so it took longer than usual. And I noticed myself, because I'd done this work, that I wasn't annoyed, I wasn't irritated, I wasn't rushed. I was just observing. It was a great place to be because there have been times when I've been tapping my foot waiting for those drinks to be made. I wasn't. And a woman was speaking to me, and she complimented me on my coat. And of course, I thanked her, and we struck up a conversation. She was on her way to a class, and I thought, what class starts at Sunday morning at 9? I thought maybe it's a religious class, but it wasn't. She was going to learn how to make live wreaths. But I wouldn't have known that unless I asked her, what kind of class are you going to? It was a moment. It was a tiny little moment of connection. And I know some of you do that all the time. You're just so natural at it. It's easy for you. And others don't think you matter. But as Reverend Patty said at her ordination last week, at your ordination last week, your ordination the last week. What she said is she taught her children to remember what they say, think, and do is important. It matters. What you say, think, and do matters. Because not only does it affect your life, it affects everyone around you. In the practice of connectedness, connection, that's where the saying goes that if a butterfly flaps its wing in Japan, it affects the climate of the whole planet. Because we're one in this life. Before service, Jean asked me if I would remind you that this is a great time to pray for rain because it's trying to rain. And Diane played a song that I didn't recognize, but Daryl and Fennelly told me was, soon it's going to rain. So we're all of that one mind. We love this earth. We want it to flourish. And just like we love this earth and want it to flourish, we love each other and want each other to flourish. What is the highest and best you? What is that being? I know it's magnificent, and I know no matter how much you're in it, as it, none of us see it because it's invisible. The real you cannot be seen. It can't be measured, can't be contained. It's eternal, infinite, and it's magnificent. You think you see beauty when you look out there? Look in here. Look into your own heart and see the magnificence of God's presence there. So time to connect. First of all, have you taken the time? Have you said it? I know I talk about this a lot, so I'm sure some of you started doing it, and I know some of my classes are doing it. Have you set aside time every single day to get in the silence and listen, to just be? What are you listening for? You're listening for the voice of God, which sounds like your own heart. It sounds like you. It doesn't sound like, well, Mike. For most of us, it doesn't sound like a big old voice from out there. It sounds like something we're so familiar with, sometimes we don't listen to it. So first of all, get silent. Listen. That's the first thing about connection. And then step 2 is always pray. And what are you praying for? You're praying to be that one that you know is the truth of you. To be it in the world, to be generous in the world, to be loving in the world, to be kind in the world, to be helpful, to care about others and care about this earth. And back to yourself. If you are suffering in silence, if you are trying to cover your heart's desires, you're actually saying no to God. So I encourage you to be brave enough to listen. Be brave enough to listen. What is it? What is it that wants to move through me, as me? What that requires is for you to truly be brave. And it's a really good idea to be in the practice of journaling every day. And you could journal just asking yourself those questions. What wants to express through me? What is mine to give? How can I bring more of my light forth? And see what comes up. See what answers you find. In our journal today, from yesterday, which is where the title came from, the quote was, "It is never too late to have a better world." Now, it's an okay quote. The fact of the matter was, it was in Anne Frank's journal. It was Anne Frank's quote, which is an amazing thing to have so much optimism when you are in a place like she was, held prisoner in your own home, and then taken away, put in a concentration camp, killed. Even when she was in her attic writing, it is never too late to make a better world. It's never too late to make a better world for you. So are you using your spiritual power? Are you using it as much as you can? There's a teaching story about a boy and his dad walking in the mountains, and the boy looked at a big rock, and he said, "Daddy, can I move that rock?" And the dad said, "If you use all of your power, you can, son." And the boy pushed on it and pushed on it and said, "Daddy, I'm using all of my power. I can't move the rock." He said, "You haven't asked me, son." And together, of course, they moved the rock. Are you trying to do everything yourself when you have infinite resources within you? That's what you're connecting with. This is so important. Several months ago now, the Board of Trustees met with my teacher, Sue Rubin. She came that next Sunday, and you got to see her and meet her. And she worked with us so that we could get clear on who we are and what difference do we make in the world. And I think that every once in a while, it's great to have a spiritual practice like that where you go off, have someone else come and help you discover who you really are. So I'd like to call the Board of Trustees forward, please, those of you who are here. I know that Kathy Story is not here today, but Aiden Greeny is, Kim Province is, Brent McPhail is, and Karen Meyer is. And you want to hold it? Do you want to? So when we were together as a Board of Trustees, Reverend Dr. Sue encouraged us to write a statement that defined ourselves. It said, this is who we are, and this is what ours is to do. We were talking about it at our last board meeting, and our vice president said, we should read that to the whole congregation. He isn't here this morning, but I'm sure he's going to show up any minute now. Anyway, so we decided to do that, and Karen, I think you've been designated to be the one who's actually going to read it.
Our board commitment. We, the Board of Trustees, as servant leaders of the Center for Spiritual Living, Capistrano Valley, are united in our commitment to serve our center with love, wisdom, courage, faith, confidence, acceptance, authority, and authenticity. We know that in so doing, we create a spiritual environment that is energetic, welcoming, safe, and fulfilling to all, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We are dedicated to creating a center which is committed to providing spiritual tools for everyone, awakening humanity to its own magnificence, encouraging spiritual maturity, and developing relationship with God, thereby creating a world that works for everyone. Individually and collectively, we demonstrate our faith and our conscious awareness of the power of the one mind by the clarity in which we hold the vision for our beloved center as a vital, loving, abundant expression of spirit.
And Fred, please come up. You know, I want you to know that there are some ministers who complain about their boards of trustees all the time. They have bad boards of trustees. I've never had a bad one. This one is so committed. They're such great people. They're so spiritually mature, always putting God first and knowing that we walk in the human world, that we have things to do. I'm very, very blessed for all of them. So we include Kathy Story in this group. Thank you so much, and you may be seated. Thank you, Karen. And thank you, board. There's so many spiritual teachers, so many leaders that can help us. So what I know is that the wisdom was already in us. Reverend Sue just helped draw it out. And so we made that connection. But what really happened in that weekend, we connected with each other with greater respect and love than ever before. We let go of the past. We moved into the present so that we could move into a greater future. a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago almost, I spoke about a request from the board, and I'm going to just mention it once more because we thought we can. Let me back up a little bit. Today, the board is meeting after service. We're going to meet together and set goals for the next 5 years, 10 years, but definitely next year. And it's something that we haven't done as a board for quite a while. I'm quite excited about it. It's going to be a very great activity, and I'll have more to share with you about that next week. Because goals, of course, those of you who set goals know that that's the first step in manifesting. So not objectives, we've set them every year, but goals. So physical, tangible, measurable goals. And we talked in that last meeting about people come into our beautiful home, and they may be making assumptions. And so one of the assumptions might be there's plenty of money because look at this. Well, that isn't an accurate assumption. So we needed to let you know that just doing the things we normally do without additional money from those of you who already give, we are not going to make it. Now, Spirit there are ways and there are ways, but I'm just saying, and Kim, I'm going to say it again, at our board meeting, Kim looked at the numbers and said, approximately this number of people come, and so it's about $200 extra per person. And I made that ask, and some of you responded right away with way more than $200 because that's who you are. And some of you, I know some of you, that's just a way out of the world, too big a leap. But if you can give anything extra, it would really be appreciated. And I would really appreciate if you write on your check, this is to help close the gap, because that way I'll know that this was extra money you gave intentionally for us to meet our objectives. I often listen to Joel Osteen, and except when he gets the enemy in there. Other than the enemy, he's teaching new thought principles, and he has the enemy's going to, there's no enemy. The only enemy is the one that lives within us. But other than that, he has a really, really good program. And he was talking about when his dad was minister of their center. In the beginning, there were only 90 people. And he said, of course, with only 90 people, there weren't any other people paid but the minister. The minister did everything, was the sound person, the janitor, the et cetera, et cetera. Well, look around. We have a lot of employees, way more than one. So in order for them all to be paid, I'm asking again, consider this is your home. It's my home also. And I hope that can be, that we can grow here so that these seats are filled and you're asking, begging to have another service because there's so many people here. That's my vision. I've been really thinking about that a lot since I heard it. What does it mean we need to do? So, and I don't have an answer. But since you all know that we're goal setting, maybe you could, if something came to you as soon as I said it, please see one of us. You've now seen who the board is. Please see one of us and say, have you thought of this? Could you do that? Or whatever it is, whatever idea came to you, please share it with us. Next month, we're going into living at the light as light beings. So as this last day of November, I want us to really wrap ourselves in gratitude for absolutely everything. Boy, we did so much. And a lot of you were here Wednesday night too. So you were here Sunday evening, Wednesday afternoon, and now again today. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your love and for your support and for your understanding of the science of mind, for your willingness to study and grow and be the light that you came to be. Okay, so I'm going to pray now. And this is what I know. I know that there's only one. And that one that is perfect love, is perfect energy, is that mighty moving power within each of us that calls us to our magnificence. That mighty moving power that is love operates through immutable law. And standing upon that law right now and unifying myself with that power, I speak this word in the first person for everyone here and everyone who hears this prayer. And this is what I know. I know that the nature of God is wholeness. So I know for each one, for every being, well-being, vitality, energy, aliveness, I know for each one that because wholeness is God's nature, and because I am one with God's nature, that I am within me reveals the physical, spiritual, and mental truth to me, through me. I know that God is love, and I am one with that love. And so I connect with the people I love, and I connect with people I don't know, knowing that God's love has directed me always on the right path. There is never a mistake, never an error. There is only the wholeness, the goodness, the greatness of God. And furthermore, I know that this one, this presence, is creativity. And so the creative ideas fill my mind and fill my life. And I know that these ideas bless me and bless the people in my world. And furthermore, I know that I am the abundance of the divine. And that abundance springs forth in greater and greater ways. It flows like a channel through me. It's a stream of good, moving to me, moving through me, moving as me. I easily receive my good. I easily give my good. I give my time, my talent, and treasure. I give with love. I let go of any stuck places, of any lack of forgiveness, of any resentment, of any bitterness, of any disappointment. And I celebrate God. I turn my whole attention to God and nothing else. And from that place of oneness, from that place of wholeness, I know that I am set free, that I am vitally alive, that all is good. I give great thanks that this is so, and with my heart filled with gratitude, I simply release this word to the action and activity of law. I accept it. It is already done. And please join me in saying, and so it is. So it is. Yeah. Thank you.
Ramona.
Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive, being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Make me alive. Make me alive. Make me confused, mock me with praise. Let me be used, vary my days. But alone is alone, not alive. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody let me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive. Somebody crowd me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody let me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive.
We are very blessed. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, band. It's time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. So if the stewards would please come forward. Knowing that abundance is natural and normal, please repeat after me. Knowing that the infinite Christ within blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I do. I give easily and effortlessly, and money returns to me easily and effortlessly. I give my time and my talent, and I'm grateful that I do. And so it is.
This is a song about connecting, and I'd like you to join me on the choruses or the verses if you know them. See that sun in the morning, peeking over the hill. I'll bet you're sure it always has, and sure it always will. That's how I feel about my friends. That's how they feel about me. We're sure we love each other. That's the way we'll always be. And oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Once we were ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song. Here you go to this part. Side by side. I don't know what's coming tomorrow. Could be it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, sharing the load. Here we go. Side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've all had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've all had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song side by side, just traveling along, singing a song side by side.
I'd like to acknowledge the people who've been in service today or this week. So if that's you, would you please stand so we can give you a lot of love? A special subset of the group of volunteers are the people who are practitioners here trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer. And if you want your life to change, make an appointment with one of these people. You will be so happy you did. With the people who are in service today, please remain standing so I can acknowledge you. You will find them back at the 2 affirmative prayer tables, and the 3rd one in there, and the 4th one out on the at the welcome table. So holding the high watch, we have Darylyn Fennelly, we have Aidan Greeny, we have Doris Pallardy, and we have Reverend Bruce Fredenberg. So thank you to all of the practitioners. And if you are visiting us for the very first time today, we're really happy you did, and hope you didn't get scared, and we'll come back to see us next time. So if you're here for the first time, if you raise your hand, we have a gift for you. Anyone here for the first time? Seeing none. Oh, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy that you chose to be with us today. There's a welcome card in there, and if you take it to the bookstore, which is just around the corner after service, you'll receive a gift of your choice. It's a book. So let's once again welcome our visitors. And I believe it's time for the children.
Time for the children. If you'll join me on this little light of mine.